Hello mates, we are back with a new personality with us and that is Miss Jyotika Samant Gupta. She has been in the HR industry for over 10 years now and she works as an HR professional as well as a trainer. She is currently working with Jardin's capability developers and she also conducts trainings on aspects such as HR analytics, soft skills and managerial effectiveness trainings. And the current topic which today she will be sharing her inputs with us is learning disabilities. So we would like to know more about it from you.
Shweta, do you remember the movie Three Idiots?
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, let me tell you, start with that. So, Three Idiots, if you remember that there are three characters. So, out of the three characters, who is that character who excels in engineering, understands the concepts of engineering? Rancho. Phunshuk Mandu, yeah?
Yes.
What about the other two?
They are just passing on the boundary lines.
Okay, so here, these two characters, they have their passions inclined towards somewhere else.
Yes.
Wherein, because Phunshuk Wangdo or Rancho had been, he particularly had been interested in the subject, he was able to excel.
Yes.
This is not learning disability. This is just not interested in learning. So these other two were not interested in learning. Okay, now the next scenario or the next movie which I may remind you is Three Idiots. You remember when Amir Khan goes and meets the parents of the child, and at that point of time,
You said
Tare Zameen.
yes.
Amir Khan goes and meets the parents of the child, and he particularly tells them, and the father denies that his child is having a learning disability. What was the problem? The boy was not able to read letters. You remember those rockets and the space? You know, that's how the letters appeared to him.
Yes.
Right? The father kept on denying it. He was stubborn. Then Amir Khan just looks around and then he goes and picks up a game board and he comes to the father and he says that, okay, fine, read this. Probably a Japanese or a Chinese language, and there the father was not able to read it, right?
Yes.
Amir Khan keeps on rebuking him. तुम मस्ती कर रहे हो, तुम्हें नहीं पढ़ाई करनी है. So today, this is learning disability. Today's scenario, this is what is happening. This is what is happening everywhere. This is happening from the childhood. This happens in the adult sons. It happens also in the corporates. What we as an individual, we as parents, we as trainers, we need to recognize this. See here, learning is not a problem. People, individual children, in corporates, employees, they are open to learn. They want to learn. But how do we teach them? So if you have a rule book, we have a thumb rule. We make training manuals. We make training sessions. Or else even for the children, we've been teaching them in a particular fashion. But not 100% and all children are able to learn in the same manner, right? So there are children who excel, like Phunshuk Wangdo. But then there are children who cannot understand. Now when they cannot understand, we need to change that tactic. We need to change the training module. We need to change the way we teach them.
Yes.
So an learning disability or an LD, okay, that's a short form. They come into very different kinds of different scenarios are there. So like in Tare Zameen pe the child is shown with dyslexia. So there what is required? He cannot read, right? So how do you train such a child? You train him by giving verbal instructions. A learning disability, having an auditory problem. There you need to teach them via different via the writing medium.
Yes.
See, as I earlier was particularly pointing it out. So in corporates also there are people who are who fall in this category. we make training modules. So in corporate, what it happens? The L&D team, we make a training module. We expect the whole batch of employees to go and get trained. We review them. We have repetitive trainings, and then finally at the end of the year, based on the trainings, based on the performance, we basically have a performance review.
Yes.
So there, when and then we design. So in that bell curve thing, if you
Yes.
you know that bell curve, the
Appraisal
forced method of
format.
appraisal.
Yes.
So there, have you ever thought that people who fall on that lower grade of, have you ever thought that they might have a learning disability, that probably it could have been different if we taught the same topic to them in a different manner?
Yes, that's
So-
quite possible.
Yes. So so I think as a trainer, as a parent, I would definitely, that now I'm talking on this particular topic, we need to see how our child has has been understanding certain subjects, have been how whether in simple matters, is it I have a 5-year-old, so he's been taught abacus. I have never been taught abacus. Now, I first thought it's difficult for him to understand, but when I learned it and I tried to teach him, he picked it up. But similarly, my friend's 7-year-old has a tough time getting his mathematics skills via abacus. So how is she training him? She's training him in a different manner. So these are the small things. So the earlier we understand that the child is having a learning disability, we need to address them. We need to address it so that eventually when they grow up, they don't lose confidence.
Okay. So basically, you help out to understand
Yes.
what is the way.
Yes. So we basically at Jardins we particularly talk about we give trainings. We give trainings not only to the students, we also train the trainers.
Okay.
And we try to make them understand this particular scenario, and accordingly we help them to facilitate different kinds of trainings. So that's the training medium and NLD medium what we at Jardins.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jyotika, for all your inputs. And also, we would like to inform all of the viewers that soon, in the coming time, we would be launching an HR analytics workshop under Cosmic and Jardins. So, hope to see you soon. And for more such videos and informations, please do connect us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thank you.